Look, gaming is just
Game consoles are kind of dying.
Proof that video games are actually getting worse.
AAA games are dying.
Imagine being blamed for not buying enough when they're the ones that are making everything too expensive to buy.
You know, there's many different ways for a company to say that gaming isn't for you, that you're not allowed into the club anymore. But probably the ugliest one they could do is when they just price you out.
Everyone is saying the same thing. Creators, critics, and probably even your own mates are saying that the gaming industry is dying. And they're probably right. But here's the thing. They blame the suits. I'm blaming all the people who are willing to actually go and spend the ridiculous amounts of money on these games. We love to moan about £60 or £70 price tags on games, but then we just turn around and feed the beast. Corporate greed is a parasite for sure, but a parasite only survives if the host keeps letting it suck them dry. And gamers seem to make a very good host. We just keep letting them suck us dry. The industry is dying because it's being fed by enablers. You want to know why games cost more and play worse? Because dickheads keep paying for it. We see this in everyday life, but in gaming it's a disease. We've traded our standards for shiny pixels and bonus pre-orders we don't even need. If you're tired of being treated like a paycheck, then stop acting like one. Leave a comment about your latest frustrations with the gaming industry, whether that's live services, the cost of games, quality of the games being released. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button to join the crew of gamers who remember what games were like when they were actually decent. Right, back to it. So I think that AAA devs today, they can't compete with games that were released over a decade ago. I'm saying like from 2013 to 2016, even before that there's probably some great games. But now we're told we need a £3,000 PC just to run games that were inferior to products from a decade ago. Hardware is getting more expensive, but the games are becoming more hollow. And I genuinely think that the reason why people think that gaming is so bad now is because of the standard that was set by games like Elden Ring, Red Dead Redemption 2, Sekiro, Grand Theft Auto 5, The Witcher 3. They're great games, but we don't see many games like that as frequently as we'd like. It kind of feels like instead of improving consistently, it seems to be getting worse more consistently. I also kind of think that Elden Ring broke the Game of the Year awards because it was just such a complete game, such a perfect, literally it's like a perfect game. If you haven't played Elden Ring, I suggest you go and play Elden Ring and experience it because it is brilliant. It's like, look at Claire Obscure. Everyone called it GOTY at the 2025 Game Awards. But why? Because it looks like a movie? I just didn't see what made it so great. Like, having the quick time events in there made it feel a bit cheesy. I didn't like it personally. I feel like for a modern RPG it was a bit of a backwards step. Like, we're being sold prestige to hide the fact that the actual gameplay is shallow. But the awards have been a joke for years. If you look back to 2016, the critics gave GOTY to Overwatch, the literal birth of the hero shooter rot that we're in now. Meanwhile, the players had to vote for Dark Souls 3 and the golden joysticks just to give a real masterpiece its flowers. The experts have been out of touch for well over a decade. And let's talk about the absolute scam that is the digital collector's edition. How can you collect something that just sits as a file on your console? I remember when a collector's edition meant physical trophies, actual art books, statues, things that made the price worth it. Now you pay £100 for a digital art book you'll never open, and a skin. You don't own it. If the servers go down, it's gone. And the kicker, you show your loyalty by paying double, and these companies won't even give you the DLC for free later. So if something comes out later, you won't get it for free. You're paying a loyalty tax to a company that hates you. So stop being an enabler. Stop buying the digital deluxe trash. If a game isn't a finished masterpiece, wait for the 70% off sale. Make them earn your money again. And to all the people who hate logging in to play their games and get greeted by a storefront on every launcher and platform, you can go and check out Game Pilot. It's a free PC librarian that I made that recommends games to you based off of your mood, genre, and time preferences. It tracks your stats, rewards XP for games that you've played, has achievements for you to beat, and daily quests. It also has a year in review and a challenge board, and also it tracks your performance stats, so your hardware. It will tell you if it's compatible with games, if games are compatible with your PC, whether they're worth playing or not. So if that's something that sounds cool to you, you can download it on my itch or my Patreon. I'll leave a link in the comments to where you can download it. It's completely free. If that sounds cool to you, go and check it out. And remember, stay awesome, guys. See you in the next one.